starting on the letter D and ending on the letter N without singing. So D to N without singing.
D-E-F-E-G-H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S Q, that's what away and stop.
Hi, I'm Ian Runkle, also known as Runkle of the Bailey. In today's video, we're reacting to video shows Missouri police chief allegedly hammered drunk and failing sobriety tests. We know it's a tragedy, at least for society, so let's have a watch.
How you doing tonight, sir? Do you have your driver license and insurance?
I'm just gonna say right off, that is how I wish all of my clients reacted when the police came up. Hi, how are you doing tonight, sir? Doesn't say boo. That's great. We always say don't talk to the police. The less you say, the better.
Where you come from tonight?
I'm actually from Beehawes to White Castles.
And then he had to go ahead and ruin it. Now he's talking to the police. You don't have to actually answer these questions. These are questions that they use partially to get you talking, partially because you might start contradicting yourself, but if they want to gauge your demeanor, that's also something they use these for. You don't have to actually answer these questions, and I usually recommend something like, I don't want to talk about my day, or why did you pull me over? The answering a question with a question is a great response, but here he's just answering. Don't like that. He was doing so well, and it only lasted like 6 seconds.
Okay. The reason why I pulled you over, you've been weaving quite a bit.
Well, I know, because I was eating.
Okay, eating while driving. Okay.
You're not going to have an excuse that's going to work for weaving quite a bit across the road, other than something like mechanical failure or something like that. But people eat in cars all the time, and they don't weave across multiple lanes of traffic. If they did, we would have banned drive-thrus a long time ago. So this excuse is already not going to be working with the officer.
How long has it been since your last drink?
Hours.
Couple hours. Okay.
I'm a police officer.
Oh, there he drops it. You know, he's not saying this in response to a question. He's clearly fishing for some benefit here. I wonder if it's going to pay off for him. These ones go either way, because the videos that get posted, sometimes they're videos of like, here's a police officer who's doing his job and arrests the guy, and excellent. But a lot of the time we get to see that, somebody getting cut slack that they really shouldn't be being cut. Because if this guy's drunk on the road, then he should get the same punishment any of the rest of us would, right? The same treatment. That's what equality before the law means.
Where do you work at?
Hazelwood.
Hazelwood? Okay.
And the officer's he's listening to it.
How long have you been out in Hazelwood?
Since 1979.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually the police chief.
You're a police chief? Hazelwood? Alright.
Now this should be the moment he stops being the police chief, but I don't think that's what this video is about.
Chief said it's been a few hours since your last drink. You know how it is. I just got to make sure you're okay to continue. Where do you live at? Waterford Crossing? Okay. How about this, Chief? Just so I feel comfortable knowing you're not intoxicated and you're okay to go. Can you just recite the alphabet starting with letter D and ending on the letter N without singing? So D to N without singing.
The reason for the without singing is that you can actually be better at singing the alphabet than you are at just reading it. You've got that practiced singing aspect. So everybody probably sang the same alphabet song in schools. It gets ingrained, and that might come up even though you're too drunk to sort of think those things through.
Starting on the letter D and ending on the letter N without singing. So D to N without singing.
D-E-F-G.
E-G-H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S that's what away and stop.
Too far.
Alright.
Too far, dial it back.
Do you have your police ID and stuff with you?
Now he's checking to see if he's really a police officer.
Greg Hall says he's the chief of Hazelwood. So, Chief, before I can let you drive, I have to confirm you're not impaired, okay? So we could either start with the PBT, see if it's necessary to do field sobriety, or I could have you do some field sobriety tests. Either way, I have to do something before I can let you drive, or before we figure out something else.
I know.
Yeah, the something else is really the question here. Because if he's too drunk to drive, then anyone else would get charged here.
Let me think for a minute.
Okay, no, take your time, Chief.
Anyone else here would not be in a position where it's like, oh, we got to see if you're being too drunk, if you can drive. That said, this might just be a police tactic. The police officer might be trying to downplay what he's doing. It's hard to say.
How much longer do you have left out at Hazelwood?
9 months.
9 months. You ready to be retired?
Just hoping.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was hoping tells us that he already knows that he's potentially looking at discipline over this. This is exactly the kind of statement, which is why defense lawyers say don't talk to the police, because you could just slam him for this at a trial. Oh, I was hoping. Really? Why did you say that? Is it not because you knew you were committing a crime and you knew that might threaten your orderly retirement?
I can only imagine how much things have changed since you started in law enforcement and seeing the way it's gone. All right, so we'll do this and go from there, okay? So deep breath for me, Chief. I'm gonna hold it, just blow hard until that. Blow, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, hang on a second. We'll try that one more time.
That didn't look like a good...
there.
Yeah, that was not a good sample.
Deep breath for me, blow hard until I tell you stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, I will get it this time.
Now, the officer's being really friendly with this guy, the guy in the car, the police chief there, because normally, like when you've got somebody who starts blowing and then stops, that's a tactic people use to prevent the taking of a sample. So normally I'd see them saying, well, no, you're screwing with us. But here they're just like, oh, we'll get it next time. I think they're being a lot more friendly than they would ordinarily.
Just a little bit longer if you could. All right, deep breath in, and then just blow hard until I tell you to stop. All right, hang tight right here. I'll get back with you, okay? You just live right up the street. Do you have your service handgun with you in here? No? You don't carry off duty? No? No. All right.
That surprises me.
Hang tight, I'll be right back with you.
Why is he calling the sergeant? This seems pretty obvious.
Hey, Sergeant. Yeah. Sorry to get you over here, but
anytime.
you made the big bucks, so Chief Hazelwood, he is hammered drunk right now. Oh. Yep. Yeah.
This shouldn't need a sergeant then. If he's hammered drunk, you know what to do. Like arrest him, charge him with the impaired driving that you would for any other person. There shouldn't be special status for cops, and if cops have special status that allows them to commit crimes, what's the point of having cops if it's just some special category of people who can be criminals with impunity? Equality before the law matters, and a police officer who can't arrest another police officer who's committing a crime, neither of them should be cops.
He's over at 2. Yeah.
Oh, over 2. Christ. So he's
hammered. He was dodging sniper fire out there, so weaving all over the place.
Is it all on the dash cam?
Yeah.
So that's several times over the limit. Did you hear the sergeant's question? Is he on the dash cam? Is this recorded? And the response is yeah. Do we have evidence of this? Because if we've got evidence, we might have a problem making this go away. Whereas if it's just you that saw it, we could all just forget we saw him. I don't like this at all. I really don't like this at all.
Driving and all the contacts so far?
Yes. So he lives not too far from here up the street off K, I think. So he's like 6 to 9 months or something away from retirement.
Do you think they'd do you think they'd care at all about whether I, as a defense lawyer, was close to retirement? They'd be laughing about it. Unreal. Disgusting is what this is.
What's he said?
Said that he was coming from B-Hulls and went to White Castle to get some food and then was heading home. So I asked him to do the alphabet. This is before I found out anything, and he said that he just completely butchered the alphabet. So I got through all that, and then...
You got field sobriety?
I haven't done field sobriety yet, just observations. He's
Yeah, this is a tough day and age, man,
It's a tough day and age, he's saying. And what he means is that back in the day, we could have just cut him loose and no problem. But now people are starting to have more scrutiny over that. We get upset when we hear that cops commit crimes. That makes us angry if we think that the cops should be held to the same laws that apply to the rest of us, even though that's clearly not what they're wanting to do here. Let's see if they find some ethics today. Let's see if that is in their police belt.
When you have, they insist on all these electronic things and technology.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'd handle it like you handle anything else.
All right.
when they insist on all these electronic things, this technology, he's like, we've got this documented, is what he's complaining about. We can't just make this go away. Doesn't that suck? Everybody asks me as a defense lawyer, they're like, what do you think about dash cams and body cams? And won't that just mean that all of your clients get convicted? Well, no, because a lot of the time it shows when the police are behaving badly. And how else would you show when the police are behaving badly if you don't have that recorded? Because do you think these guys are gonna, be honest about what they're doing? Like, this is them contemplating dishonesty. So no, I don't trust them. Let's get it all on tape.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
Eyes only. You would just stare at the tip of my finger right here, okay?
And he's rocking a little bit. Oh, look at how he can't track it. And he knows he's... Yeah, he's supposed to be moving his eyes only. His whole head's moving.
You realize the position you're putting us in, right?
I understand. I've been... I'm not doing anything. I'm sorry.
You understand the position that you're putting us in. This should not be hard. This should not be a difficult question. This should be, he's not putting you guys in a position unless you choose to be in a position. What you should be doing is just handling this like any other file. Hey, you realize what you've done to your own career should be the position here. Not, oh, this is going to be so hard for us. It's no, this is easy for you. You have a criminal. You have an obvious criminal. Do the criminal things that a police officer is supposed to do. Not, oh, wait, sorry, we've got a criminal, but he's got the VIP pass, so, he's allowed a couple of freebies. That's not how it works. There should be no VIP passes. And right here, we've got the officer admitting it. Like, I'm sorry, I understand. Yeah, that's basically a confession here.
Hands down at your sides. Hang on 1 second for me, sir. Just right foot in front of your left foot, heel to toe on that line. Keep your hands at your sides, okay?
I gotta tell you something. I'm not happy.
What's that?
I got bad ankles.
Bad ankles. How old are you, sir?
66.
66. Yeah.
Yeah, bad ankles shouldn't
For
stop
being
you from doing
66,
this.
you're in good condition, though. So right foot in front of your left foot. Hang on 1 second for me, Chief. I'm just going to have you stand like this, or if you're not able to, just stand like that. Let me just go ahead and explain and demonstrate this test for you, okay, sir?
That's not an ankles problem. That's a balance
So
problem.
I'm just going to have you stand over there on the line. I'm just going to explain and demonstrate this test for you, okay?
Notice how his ankles seem to be just fine until he's starting to do the balance task, and then he can't stay stable because he's drunk enough that he doesn't have the balance. That's what we're seeing.
So from your stance, you're going to take a series of 9 heel-toe steps on that yellow line, okay? When you get to your 9th step, you're going to leave your lead foot in line, take a series of small steps.
9?
Yes, correct, sir. Just not able to do this.
You know what? Just talk to Johnny, please. I don't know what to do.
He's calling in help.
Lock me up. Sure.
I don't want to. I really don't want, you saw what happened in...
Finish that sentence. I really don't want... Finish the sentence. Tell us why you don't want to lock up this particular person of all people in the universe. Why is this one causing you trouble? Because I'm guessing you lock up people every day. And I'm guessing none of them cause you this much difficulty. Whether they're 66 or 6 years old.
Chicago, right? with their chief police, and they look. I'm liable. This is all on camera. How's it look if I don't do my job?
It's looking real bad right now, son. Real bad. Maybe you should start doing your job and not trying to figure out an excuse for doing your job. Do the job. I mean, you know what the job is. You signed up for it, and it's clear from your statements. You know exactly what you should be doing here, and you know why you're not. And it's because you're a bad cop. Sorry, officer, you should resign. You should stop being a police officer. You should do literally anything else. You know, if you give somebody 11 McNuggets instead of 10, great. But, you know, when you're cutting favors for your friend as a police officer, you are betraying your oath as a police officer, and you should not be a police officer. Quit. Find another job, one that you can do, because you can't do this one. Yeah, I'm a little angry.
I'm gonna be honest, sir. Like, this is a really bad position you're putting me in.
No, it isn't. It's really easy. Oh, he's the guy he's asking for is the police chief.
Chief Nesky is on his way.
Okay.
And he's the top.
He's on his way up here.
He's on his way.
Yeah,
And,
get another person.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah, we need to see just how many police officers can ethically corrupt themselves in the course of this video. Because we're up to 2 at least. Let's see if we can get to 3. Maybe we can get a high score.
It's all being on camera.
Hey.
Chicago. I'm sure you remember when that whole superintendent.
Listen, I'm not making. This is not. I gave and I'm still in Gordon. I gave a courtesy to my supervisor.
Absolutely.
To let him know, because things like this are cause.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Problems.
Absolutely.
So I wanted him to be aware of what our decision was and give him the opportunity to make a different one or contact the chief of police. Anytime.
Oh, fire everyone. So far, everyone who's appeared in this video should be fired. Twice, if possible.
Contacted the chief of police, and he lives down the street, and he'll be here shortly.
All right, perfect.
I will back you 100% in any decision you make on that.
You don't need the chief of police for this. The chief of police doesn't have to show up for every obviously drunk driver. This guy's saying, I will back you 100% as to whichever decision you should be making. He should be saying, son, why am I here? You know what your job is. Do your freaking job. We're going to have a talk about why you called me here and why you didn't just arrest this guy. Not, I will back you if you decide to not do your job. No, that's not how this should work.
I appreciate it. I don't want to lock up a chief or another officer.
He's hammered, though.
He's hammered.
I don't want to lock up the chief. That's not your fault. You're not the one who fed him booze. You're not the one who put him in a car. The chief's the one who did that. And the chief supposedly has been upholding, I say supposedly because we know not, but has been supposedly upholding a code of ethics that says you should lock him up. The chief here should be saying, listen, son, you got to take me in.
And he doesn't have BGN. This is a common thing for him.
Oh, really?
Lock him up. It's not hard.
Unfortunately, here's what happens. It'll probably kill him eventually. Because if he does this regularly, his body's going to really get it. He's obviously going to.
So basically, yeah, when you've got somebody who's a frequent flyer for drunk driving, especially at the levels this officer was, you're talking about alcoholism and they're saying, yeah, it's going to kill him at some point. But that doesn't mean you don't also charge him, because they'd charge anyone else. If they would cut these same breaks to you or I, then I'd say that there's no problem with this conversation. But they wouldn't cut those same breaks to you or I. And that's where the issue is that there should be equality and before the law, not these 2-tier things where you've got the fast lane of the law and then the slow lane.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, chief will get up here and decide. But either way, just hopefully into retirement he doesn't make himself.
Hopefully.
I got family out in Florida last time I was out there. I didn't see it.
It's not me. It's not
This guy's enjoying first class law and the rest of us are flying coach.
you, and it's not Gordon.
It's not me and it's not you. You guys have made it you.
Right now, there's 3 of us. And there's a captain.
Oh, good. This is going to make things much better, I'm sure. All right, so what's going on here? They've got the chief. What are they doing?
Nathan, if I take him home, or are you gonna have any issues?
Not at all. Not at all, Chief. I'm sorry to get you out here. I just
No, that's
want to make
okay.
sure.
That's okay, because you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I
Nope.
will take him home. I have known him for a lot of years.
Yeah,
Oh.
understandable. And again, sorry to wake you up, Chief.
Nope, that's okay.
That is
We and I are gonna
disgusting.
have a long talk on the way home.
I will take him home. We're not going to charge him with anything. I'm just going to cut him a break because I've known him for a long time. You know what? They should not have the power to, I've known this guy for a long time. Everybody in this should be fired. Everybody in this should be fired from beginning to end. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Sorry, sir.
I'll take it. Nope.
Oh, this is really frustrating. And, so we've got our police chief here, and both police chiefs are behaving very badly. I'm disgusted with what I see here. And as I said, it would be one thing if they cut everybody a break, right? If they said, like, listen, we'll just get you home. It's not going to be such a big deal. You haven't hit anybody or anything like that. That's not how they think about this when it's literally anybody else. So I'm furious about this one, but it's the world we live in. I wish I could say it's the only time I've seen it. I wish I could say that this doesn't happen all the time, but so you've heard my thoughts. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and I'm frustrated. I need a drink. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. And if you like this video, make sure you check out these other two videos. Like this one, share it, subscribe, all of the YouTube things. All of the buttons below are great buttons, except for the dislike button. Just hit buttons. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Big verdict.